Well, kid, I know it's been a long time coming, but here we are at Halloween.
I know, we're there nearly, aren't we? Oh. We've been a bit naughty, haven't we? We haven't been here for a while. Forgive us, listeners, forgive.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I've actually been in York.
Wow.
So it's super spooky, is York.
It is, really one of the best places in the world for spooks.
Yeah, it's mad. It's because I was quite lucky there because I was on a Sunday. I was there really early doors.
Nice.
Right? So, and it was deserted.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and it was, I could go down all the shambles and all the sort of spooky little alleyways and stuff. I could manage to get down there all on my own and just wander around. And it's like sort of like warm, bright, cold, slightly misty morning.
Yeah.
The only queue that was there was 30-odd people long for the Shambles Ghost Shop.
Oh,
Have you seen this?
No, I ain't. I've been in recently. We were all Harry Potter last time I went.
Right, well, the thing that everybody in the world wants to do now is go to the Ghost Store in...
on the Shambles.
On the Shambles. And basically what it is this: you can buy these little pottery ghosts, right? And they look like a dildo.
Oh, God!
They're not. Imagine like a ghost in a sheet. With the spooky eyes.
Yes.
It's one of those made of pottery or made of...
Nice and tall, then. Can't get
they're about 6 inch tall, something like that. You can get smaller ones, you can get slightly bigger ones, depending on how much you want to spend. You know, but the whole thing is the experience, apparently.
Of buying them in the ghost shop.
Well, of buying it in the ghost shop. You don't just go in, buy one, and go, right, I'll tow them players, bye!
Right.
It's not like that. It's what it is, you queue for it, and you get like a slot, you get an amount of time in the shop.
Right.
So you can go in, you can get like, I think the different shops have different experiences. I think there's 3 shops. So one of them, you go in, you choose the one you want, it gets on a spooky little train, the little train goes around the shop, you can record all coming choo-choo, spooky train. There's all these little things happen, everyone but you get given loads of time, you get given like time to sort of buy things, and it's like buying, it's proper. What these people have done is they've properly assessed what a TikToker wants.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and they've been really cunning in a way, they've been really
clever,
canny.
yeah.
So people
got an Instagram moment.
That's exactly what it is. Well, it's not even Instagram anymore. It's not an Instagram moment. It's just it's TikTok now.
So basically, they've done the deal with all the shops that were Harry Potter. They're like, shit, this is running a bit dry. Let's get a new idea. And someone's done Ghost one, and everybody's like, yeah, close the Harry Potter shop. Let's get.
No, because they've got there's only these 3. They're all owned by the same people.
All on Shambles, 3 shops.
No, I don't know where the other ones are.
Well,
one of the Shambles is the one to visit.
Yeah.
Right, and it's all done out like an oldie worldy Harry Pottery shop.
Yeah,
it's all done out like that. Like you might want to buy one there and all that.
Exactly. They've just ripped out fucking Scouse. I'll go Scouse off and that. Like, pulling cobwebs up.
Yeah, that's it. Open up and charge a fortune.
Yeah.
But literally, the queue it's 3 hours to get in. People are queuing for 3 hours to get in and buy a ghost.
And is that the main thing they sell? Just a little pottery ghost?
Yes. That's what they're selling.
Oh, Jesus.
So you go in, you have all this experience, you come over out with one of these ghosts.
Can you put a candle in it or what?
Oh, no, it just stands there.
What? Is it a spooky ghost or is it a bit of a shit one?
I shall find a picture of one of the ghosts.
Yes, please. I bet they're shit, aren't they? I want a terrifying ghost for these.
That's what they look like.
Not as bad as I thought. All right, all
but as you can
colours.
see the shelving underneath and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so you got every fucking colour. As if you don't want an orange ghost, do you? You need a fucking
people have them in all different colours, they matter, all sorts of shit. God. And I don't know why. They're all a bit different, and I think people collect them, and there's all this sort of stuff, and I don't know why.
What time was that then? It was literally they're getting there early to be in front of the queue, so it's like 7 o'clock. There's a big silly queue there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I don't think they open until about 9, so people can start queuing around the block for ages.
Yeah.
And then they have to, and that's what they're into. They're just into this particular ghost. They want that particular ghost.
People. Fucking weirdos. What's up with him?
Tell me about it, our kid.
It's fucking strange, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. It just is. Why the queue for 3 hours for that? I don't know. But I think some people just like to own an object. I think
that is big, isn't it? You know what I mean? We are magpies at art, aren't we? We need to get get the shiny and the quirky, don't we?
Yeah, this is it. So it's like it's this is the thing that kind of bamboozles me sometimes. How people sort of like really into sort of.
I'm feeling a niche coming on. Why don't we go for ghost dildos? We know that Nez, bro. We can put an order in.
Yeah, we can get some awesome massive golden ghost wangers.
Yeah, let's get that on the scale.
Haunt your fanny with one of our dildos.
Haunted fanny.
It'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
Give it a go.
We could have a full range, so we could have the big tentacle, couldn't we? We could have a lighthouse shaped one.
Yeah.
That'd be alright. How about a massive vibrating fish finger?
Breadcrumbed for your pleasure.
Smells the same going in as coming out.
Is it tartar sauce lube?
Can you imagine? Big tartar sauce. Slide it on.
Let me just butter you up, pal.
Giant vibrating fish finger.
Yeah, lighthouse. You just see it on belly button. Ping.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. So that's the merch sorted out. So you watch out for Kraken Cove at Christmas, for all the things your wife might need.
Exactly.
Because this is Kraken Cove, the podcast that shines the beacon onto the bizarre. And I'm Matt.
I'm a Benny.
And today, we have been away for a while, but unfortunately work commitments, aside from being lighthouse keepers, have been fucking mental recently.
I feel for you. He does want to do it, I swear,
Yeah, but it's like you say, it's finding the balance. It's all about finding the balance.
But we're going to get through this year. We're going to get stronger and we're going to do more.
Yeah,
we will be getting more regular shows.
And this episode, although it's a Halloween episode, it isn't going to be especially super spooky or anything because
you haven't had fucking time.
I know. But the thing is, we haven't had the connection. It's been a bit harsh, really, because we haven't really had the connection with you guys, the listeners, to sort of reach out for like listener stories.
Exactly.
We haven't had that chance to sort of like really do the sort of spooky
drum
research.
it up a bit, have we?
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to do that. So I'll just to give a little glimpse behind the magician's cloth to how I sort of like do my research and things. It's basically as I'm going through the whole week, I'll find stories. I'll look at stories, listen to people, talk to people.
Little mini casting all the time, little light on your head, innit? You just
constantly.
So
I just send myself the messages at home, then I collect the messages and all those little sort of emails into my stories, get them all together, and then there we go. But there hasn't been a ton of spooky news. The news itself at the moment has been fucking bleak.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's getting worse and worse.
So to actually find some fun, light-hearted, spooky stuff, it's actually been quite tricky.
Exactly, because news is full, innit?
Yeah, it's full. It's full.
It's so full I can't even put Ukraine in anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Zelensky's absolutely fucked off on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Ukraine's gone, that's
it's over.
He's left the Big Brother house. Poor fucker.
Oh, bless.
So it's harsh times as far as that's concerned. But what I want to do going forward is we're going to look at perhaps doing like deeper dive researches into sort of like existing stories and spooky tales that we already know about and things, something we can kind of cover.
You still got some gold, I bet. I know you are, kid. Might not be spooky dooky, but they're going to be interesting.
What we need to do is we need to crank up the old sort of like the old Cove lighthouse, get the old light going, dust it all off, and let's see what it can cast out upon.
Exactly, I like that. Dust that puppy down.
Here we go then. Let's start a casting.
Before you start, let me get a bit more timber on fire.
Oh yeah, we've got to get it nice and warm and crackling because it's October and we're down on the beach still.
It's proper misty, I can't see fucking
lighthouse.
lighthouse.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Is that a concern? I can't see the lighthouse.
Yeah. You should be able to see the light, or at least say it fog on.
I can't, no.
Fuck it.
Well, fire's on, innit? If they can't see that.
That might work a treat, mate. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But so first boat out the harbour today, even if we can't even see the harbour anymore, right? He said we got a little message from Steph.
Oh, thank you, Steph. So she's there for us.
Yeah, she's there for us. Good old
Bless
Steph. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm not calling you old there, by the way, Steph. But she was, for those who don't remember or might be fairly new to the show, Steph has written and she came up with the best stories ever for Halloween, the Magic Boy story.
Yeah. And then followed it up with, what is that other one with? There were really good puns she did on one of them about noises
there's
in
been
her
a couple,
house. Yeah, she's always does well.
a couple of good ones. So this has been really interesting. So she sent us in a thing. It's a follow-up on the dowsing.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so we got the first one here is a story from Steph about the dowsing. So she says, "Hi Matt and Benny, loved your latest podcast, so interesting and definitely and made me want to visit and see the stones for myself." She says she feels the lack of connection to the ancient past here in Suffolk, as there's hardly any stone bearing traces of the past, so nothing physical to be able to see and touch and get that connection. Now I totally understand that some parts of England are completely empty of it. Yeah, they're totally places like Norfolk and stuff like that.
Is that this reclaimed land?
That's right.
Is it? Oh, wow.
It's a lot of it is from the sea. Although ironically, that land is some of the oldest land. That whole, you're going to like it, is that whole land was still part of an area known as Doggerland. So there's a whole area between. Well, it's not really down there, but it does connect to it. Like off the coast of the North Sea, what connected us to places like Belgium and Holland and stuff. There was the whole of the North Sea was open to, it was just land.
Yeah, I have seen pictures of that. Maps of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I didn't know it was called Doggerland.
It was called Doggerland.
Yeah.
That whole area is called Doggerland. Well, we call it Doggerland. I don't know if they called it Doggerland back then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you trawlers even now will be going trawling for sort of like shellfish and clams and things. And they'll haul up an entire sort of like mammoth skull.
Wow.
Or a rhino or even stone axes and tools.
Shit.
People were living out there, so who knows what
That's
we're out there.
mad, innit? Yeah.
But it won't be as much stone on those big plains that were out there. There won't really probably find standing stones and such.
I think you need big hills, don't you, with all that?
Yeah, that's it. And out there being, but this is the interesting thing they're looking into. Is they're looking into sort of finding that how many henges were made of wood.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tree henge kind of things going on. So this is the thing they're looking at a lot more now. You know what I mean? And recently, they've only just recently found some wooden structures by the side of a river. I'm not sure whereabouts this was. I haven't really got the paperwork with me. But they found these wooden structures, which looked like there might have been like a little either a landing for fishing off of.
Oh, wow.
But they were like planks and beams, and they were notched so that this plank would fit into it to keep you off the water.
Ah.
And I think these things could be 150,000 years old.
Wow.
So this is sort of like evidence of places like woodworking during the time of the Neanderthals and stuff. So these wood structures could be a lot older.
There would I heard one this morning about when you find like a fossilised prints in stone.
Yeah.
And it's a pack of dogs and a young boy running with the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so. I mean, you think of that age of that evidence. That's amazing.
I was gonna say he's crazy old. Old.
So that goes back to our conversations about when
domesticated dog. Like saying this blows it out of the water. This one, you know what I mean? Saying this little, he ain't like being brought up by the pack. It's more like he's going out with the pack. To
running with them and hunting with them. Being all part.
Dogs are looking after him before they go back. You know what I mean?
It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, baby.
So Steph goes on. My dad taught me to divine for water when I was little with sticks cut from the hedge or homemade rods. So she says, I have no idea what metal he used. It looked like an old wire coat hanger, which is probably the chances of what it was. My dad was brought up in a farm and small holding family. So I guess he picked it up from them, but he used the skills often when he worked as a builder to find water pipes, electricity pipes, all that.
Wow.
So he was basically, sort of saying, right, we're going to be digging here, we need to find where water is. He was getting these pipes, or where electricity is. He's getting his dowsing rods
And he
out.
trusts them that much?
It worked. Because I never realised as a child that I was thought of as unusual or paranormal. It was just how you found pipes.
That's it.
He also used it to win a bottle of whiskey at a summer fair once, where they'd buried a nail and charged £1 a go to use divining rods to find it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, now
he just rolls up straight, gets his bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, that's it. He's used it. You know what I mean? So she says, Steph says, I practice Reiki, which is all about the energy that flows through everything, including the human body. Various cultures have healing systems based on energy flowing through the body lines, which some call meridians. If you believe there's something in that, it's not such a leap to believe that energy also flows through our planet in the same way and vice versa.
I won't be surprised, I really won't be.
Yeah. Now she says, my ears pricked up when you started talking about the ancient deer paths. Remember us talking about that? Yeah. She says, a few years ago, I got really interested in a pagan goddess called Ellen, or known as Ellen of the Ways, referring to her links with deer tracks and the human pathways made where the deer trod, which frequently follow ley lines.
Oh.
She can be traced back through Britain across ancient Europe to her origins in the Arctic.
Wow.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
She's closely associated with deer, particularly the reindeer that were in the ancient Britain and on which people would have relied on for survival. She's often depicted as having antlers, as it's the female reindeer who keeps their antlers the longest. She's also been linked to Sheila Nagigs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if those of you remember, the Sheila Nagig is a female sort of like form or spirit form which has been carved into stones on lots of chapels and churches and things, and it's a very very potent fertility symbol. The fact there seems to be a folk memory of these tracks and the character and the name Ellen, so or versions of it being the same as the name for deer in quite a few languages fascinates me, you know. So I think that's pretty interesting.
That is really interesting.
Yeah.
Especially that bit, we're just looking at the ley lines with the dowsing rods, but I like that bit about it's coming, we're an electric bag of magnetism, aren't we, of water, you know what I mean? So you just think, we're the part of that vessel of dowsing, aren't we?
Yeah, well, this
down
is
onto
it,
the energy lines.
I'm getting more and more as people are sort of like... We're in a very fortunate time we're in at the moment, because there's a lot of people looking at sort of like life cells, what we're doing, you know what I mean, life on other planets, how far it might reach.
Like the forest networks that we talked about before with all the fungi and, the connection to the forest and that energy. It just doesn't look like a forest anymore, does it? It's just like
weirdly enough, they've actually... I was going to use it for this week, but, the panda, remember the large... tree forest system that was all one animal or one living organism.
Yes.
Something mental like sort of 60,000 tons it weighs. It's the largest living organism.
Yeah.
They've recorded the sounds of it.
Oh wow!
It creates a sound, and I'm gonna have to get that fucking fly.
I know, it's getting away.
It's so fucking annoying. It's this. I think it's just the high water as well. That don't help that.
Did a beauty. We had this haunting in his house 2 Halloweens ago. This massive blue bottle. I mean, it was his fucking beast, and he couldn't catch it. He was like the devil, and it all like accumulated on Halloween. I managed to smash it, and I've got a big fly. And I threw it. Literally, I wiped my ass. I jumped off the toilet, killed it. Because I had it trapped in the bathroom, shut the kids in that, and I got this massive splat. And what are you going to do? I'm going to throw it on my own poop in the toilet and flush it away. Kids are like, yeah, it's like the ultimate dirt, you know what I mean? But that night I always do I don't do trick or treating, I always do like a little mini horror show in the kitchen, you know what I mean? I had this fucking matchbox that I could buzz, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I drew a big fucking fly on my hand as well. But I had these fucking balls of water with these fucking light bath bombs, so they're all fizzing away and like a cauldron each. Just going to the kitchen, it's just fucking madness, full portions, everything. And I'm making them chant, big fly. So, and he's buzzing like, fuck is this? And I'm doing this fishing wire again, and I'm opening, magically opening this fucking matchbox and that, and it accumulated. I flipped it up, and all matches go everywhere. And I'm cool. I've got it. I've got it. And the kids are like, what has he got it? And I had big red eyes and everything on it. It was absolutely crazy, man. Yeah, big fly.
I'll stay in.
I love it though. I have to make some up.
I need to go around your house for fucking Halloween.
Oh mate, honestly, what I did last year. We just had more like Bluetooth shit everywhere. It's fucking weird.
Oh, I know. So sorry about the little interlude where I've had to swat a fly, and sorry to any vegans who might be listening.
Oh, did you get it? I didn't even see that.
I got it over there.
Good hunting.
Got fly.
No flies. I don't know. Wasps and flies. I think I don't kill anything except for wasps and flies.
Wasps are really interesting though.
Are they?
Yeah, they pollinate a lot more plants than you know.
I have heard that they are in the food chain. We do need them.
And if you watch them, they watch them as hunters. You watch them going to little corners and crevices and eating little flies and eating spiders and eating.
I like that bit with doors when they're just fucking nibbling a door to death. You know what I mean? Little holes in it all over and that. We've been attacking them on fucking we keep finding really angry wasp nests on the docks. And we were prodding me and Lod's holes, and we keep doing it. Like, you have to bang it, then you got to do a task and then run off, you know what I mean? They were the most intense shit you've ever done in your life. You know, when you're doing tasks and that, you have to, like, do certain things and then the running off, you know what I mean? How fast you can run when you're scared, it's amazing.
How old are you now?
Yeah, 47.
You and Tolson live like children.
It's
like Lord of the Flies, literally.
We're loose.
Loose, wild children. It's just mental. Oh, my God.
Oh, sorry.
So anyway, thank you so much, Steph, for that amazing story.
Did we finish it, though? I don't know if we did there.
Yeah.
Cheers, Steph. You're there for us.
I added a few little bits there, but it was more a few lines for the Cove and stuff. So
I really appreciate it, Steph. Thank you. And more of you writing, be more like Steph, please, listeners.
Yeah, and it's like, well, not like we're going to get the piss on, have we? We're not even managed to release an episode for 4 weeks. Let's not get pissy.
Sorry, listeners.
But no, so it's like, but I have to say, the more I've gone on, I do believe in the old concept of, like, I'm believing more and more energy. There's a lot more going on than we understand.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a lot more about, like, even like magnetism, about sort of like how the fields of magnetism work, how polarity of the Earth can flip.
Yeah. Vibrations, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking all about the vibrations, I see, from Tesla.
What, like a big fish finger?
Yeah. Oh, it's hard to tell. No, you remember that story, the dude who was it the White Castle or something like that? The bloke, he moved all those rocks round.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
just that. He's such a documented case, and he did incredible shit that you can really record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look at. But you just think he would just saying it was the vibrations and stuff. I think that is the future. I think we're going to see a lot more of that.
Well, again, talking about moving stones. I mean, as I said, as Steph says, saying that she doesn't have like standing stones and stuff in her area where she lives, Suffolk. They've realised now, but because some of the stones are different colours, are standing stones. So one of the main stones on Stonehenge now they've been looking at. They suddenly realised, oh shit, this isn't a stone from this area. Now, a load of the what they call this, I think they call them the sarsen stones. I might be very wrong in this. They realised they're all from Wales.
Oh.
They're being shipped. But if you think where they are in sort of like basic down, sort of, near. I'm trying to think of shit. My mind's gone completely Avebury sort of area. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. Wiltshire that it's in. So they've been dragged or moved all the way from Wiltshire.
Yeah.
And there's no wheels. They didn't have the wheel then.
Yeah.
They had to get these stones across to sort of like to Wiltshire from Wales.
Yeah.
So they found the site where the original stones, where they found the sockets where these stones have been moved from.
Wow, yeah.
So they know the original site and where they were laid out and how they were laid out in Wales.
Yeah.
They realised they've been pulled all the way across to Wiltshire and they've been set up there. Then the massive stones have been set up around them ones. Now, so it's such a massive sort of structure. There's one that I think the class it is like an altar stone, they call it. You know what I mean?
Like
Come from Yorkshire.
That's it.
Yeah. So if you think of the distance there, that kind of pulling these stones from A to B to C sort of thing, it's like either extremely determined people 5,000-6,000 years ago were just dragging these stones across the ground on a massive journey, or were they floating?
Yeah, some mad vibration. Have you seen that Easter Island one where they said how they moved them?
Walkham.
Yeah, that's like, quite a fascinating one. I quite like that. But you still do, if you go for an obelisk type, but then you look at Egyptian stones, you're like, nah.
Well, have you seen with the Easter Island ones what they've done now? Is they've dug some of them up, they realise the entire body's under the ground.
Yeah.
Fucking mental.
It is proper mental. Yeah, it's really fucking crazy. We know, and it makes me laugh though. We like in 2000, we know everything, don't we? We've got answers for everything. Yeah. It's like, just a basic like that. We know
so much shit we don't know. We know nothing.
Yeah, keep an open man. I'm glad your mind is opening now.
Yeah, opening.
You're such a poo-pooer though. And you just seem to be
but you
a bit
believe
more.
everything.
It's a fun place to be. You believe everything.
You believe the fact I said stay in a hotel? You believe that they actually gave the dog a bed with a pillow and sheets?
Well, it's a quirk, isn't it? I'll say that.
It's fucking bullshit.
That's like my kids into that.
Right, now we've got to get into the serious business now. We've got to get in some serious news now, sort of thing, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, obviously there's been the awful attacks by Hamas on Israel, you know what I mean? And then there's obviously Israel's response, which has been fucking...
Still a bit dodge for me, Arky.
Yeah, well, that's it. I usually like to swerve all that whole fucking subject matter. It's all a bit tricky, really. But, you know, some of this has been brought a little bit closer to home, Arcade.
I hope I think it's what I think it is. I only got it yesterday. Oh, I forgot it, yeah.
Right. So is it the woman in Doncaster?
Yep. It's the wording she uses. We don't give them away.
Yeah.
It's the irresponsible or,
Yeah, well, let me
fuck
go-
me, I
let
want
me
to
get to it.
smash her in her face so hard.
So, a woman in Doncaster, right, she slams selfish paragliders around the area who made her think Hamas was invading Doncaster.
So picture that. Middle of fucking nowhere Doncaster, in a nowhere village off Doncaster, sees paragliders that she probably sees every fucking Sunday, but suddenly it's in news and she thinks they're all swooping down on her shit-ass village
I
to
know.
do fucking what?
What? Can you imagine they all landed them all going, oh, fucking hell, fire up the paragliders again. They want to get out of it, yeah.
This is well grim.
So it says a Brit had to be reassured that Hamas was not invading her village when she saw paragliders flying over her home and panicked she was under attack. The woman reached out on social media when she saw a number of hobbyists on the aircraft, similar to those used by the group's members in the attacks on a festival in Israel which killed hundreds of people when they flew over the heavily fortified border. She was reassured when a number of people replied to her post that it was unlikely that Hamas had turned its attention on her home of Armthorpe near Doncaster.
Fucking armpit.
So she wrote on Twitter, "Whoever thought it was funny to parasail over the village, it was in extremely poor taste. Take your twisted hatred somewhere else."
You fucking
There was
delusion.
2 parachutes with engines like Hamas used at the festival, and it gave me a fright. Thought it was some kind of scare tactic or protest.
Fuck me, you deluded bitch. I hate her. I can't, honestly, that is shocking. Selfish.
I decided I want people like them on the show. I would love to fucking interview her.
I'd dress up and terrorise her, you know? I'd just come screeching round
gliding in.
Can I do that? I did. Proper fucker head up. Chase her all the way home. Chase her all the way back to Doncaster. Come to Leeds. We need you
Got
on
in
the
the garage and say like, I want Gaza back.
Yeah.
But I'm from Amherst in Doncaster. Don't care, I want Gaza back.
Yeah, I'm thinking you responsible.
Yeah.
You fucking... Oh.
But I found it really interesting. Another thing I found recently was somebody who with a narcissistic personality disorder. Now we're talking about people being sociopaths and things like this.
Yeah.
There was this guy and he's been diagnosed with extreme narcissism.
Wow.
And now he's it's almost like it's like a lizard eating its own tail, is this? So the doctor basically said to him, look, this is what's wrong with you. You've got it. And he's there saying, look, you know, I want to kind of raise a bit of awareness here because you know, it's almost like people. I can have ADHD. People can have sort of like autism and things. This is like that. It's a condition. I've got.
She unspoken.
Yeah, but the only thing is, it don't make him any more pleasant.
Yeah.
He still comes across as an absolute wanker because the way he's trying to raise awareness is by saying, "Look at me, I've got narcissistic personality disorder."
He's found a chink in armour and he's there like, wait a minute.
It's a way of raising awareness
About me. Yeah, don't allow him at all. He's not good for him.
So,
Yeah.
you think, there's everybody else sort of like somebody put, trying to raise awareness of all various... And let's face it...
We've heard your story. You haven't heard mine. This is brand fucking you.
What I want one of you selfish fuckers to run the London Marathon for me. Raise awareness.
Autism. Shit, 3 of you.
What about me?
I'm doing it.
So I think that's what she's got. She's got,
Oh, absolutely. It's all centres around her.
It's narcissism. It's that thing, of her. She's looked up at the sky. She's thought, they're coming for me. In the paraglide. Can you imagine on a Sunday morning or something, looking up and seeing a couple of paragliders going over? Last thing on your mind, you'd be thinking they're coming for you with machine guns.
With the Leeds and Bradford fucking airport, you don't think, oh shit, there's a Spitfire coming. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you fucking on about? He's like, got bombs on it, that big plane.
Yeah, that's why that's her mindset, because she's the centre of her own little fucking world at all times.
Oh man, she needs terrifying. To get her out of it, she needs terrifying daily.
And you're the man to do it.
Yeah, me and that narcissist dude will do it.
What do you get that bomb vest? What we need now is something a little bit spooky, don't we?
Oh,
We need to get spooky for Halloween. Now, this to me, this fucking spooked me up.
did it?
Yeah, this did, right. Now, I've seen this before a little bit, and this person's seen it, so the reader, or the writer of this piece, is responding to another story.
Right.
And this is what I found. It's like I followed a little bit of a sort of like a little bit of a trail, as it were, for this. And you'll see why. So she says, I'm looking to share a story and see if anyone has had or heard of a similar experience. I sleep outside whenever I can, often in a bivvy, which is like a bed on the ground, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a wild camping, really,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing, right? In many years of loving cover-free camping, so she's sleeping out in the open. She's not really using a tent, just bivvy bags.
I like that,
Yeah.
Arctic sleeping bag and shit. I'd
It's
love
all
to do
good
that.
stuff, yeah. And then she goes, I've never experienced anything like this. The last few nights I've been hammock camping on a friend's land, and last night decided to move the hammock and put it on the ground and use it as a bivvy to get a better view of the night sky. So anyway, it started off just like with a sound, like a grinding, strange, like a grinding, rasping sound, right?
Yeah.
She could hear it. As she woke and came around, she realised she was in pain.
Oh.
She was suffering pain. She could hear this grinding, right? And she said, oh my God, and it was her face. Something.
Was grinding on her face.
You were it.
Bit sexy music and that. Morning, baby.
It was about 1 a.m. and I woke up with a really painful nose. Morning, baby.
It's bootylicious.
So she put her hand up to her face and pulled it back, and it was covered in blood.
Oh God.
And when she turned on her torch, she saw that 2 big slugs were eating her nose while she slept.
Oh Jesus! Can they eat meat?
Yeah. They were eating her fucking nose.
Oh, slugs!
Slugs.
Oh, oh God!
Now, I haven't got the photo with me, but I have seen the photo of this, and she's fucking covered in blood. The damage they've done to her nose is fucking amazing.
Jesus! Oh, that is horror. Sure, that is
Fucking
it.
awful, isn't
We've
it?
gone over that story that always terrified me. That kid at a party ate a slug as a laugh, and he like in the hospital 3 days later, crippled 3 days later, dead
Died,
3 weeks later. Or
You
something,
want to
know
be
what I mean?
swerving slugs.
Yeah, it was like a rat lungworm he died from, completely paralysed and dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Healthy young lad. So dirty.
Well, we get some
slugs.
of the biggest slugs in the world in the UK.
Like, is it the leopards?
You get the leopard slug is one of the biggest ones. That's absolutely
They're
right.
gross.
Yeah.
When you open black bin and they're all snugged round it, you
Yeah,
know what I
like
mean? You're
lippet
like,
bin.
yeah, you're like, oh,
You dirty
fuck,
bastard.
it is.
Have you no dignity?
Let's find dirtiest, squelchiest place ever.
This stinks of shit and there's no light.
Yeah.
Let's stay in here, shall we? You know.
Oh.
They've no ambition, have the slugs?
They aren't all. You know, snails are territorial. Are slugs?
I didn't know snails necessarily were.
Absolutely. I've thrown loads out of garden. They come back. I found one the other day. It were on its way back. It was proper like, it were all covered in dust and shit. And pebbles. Middle of the day, sunshine on it. And he were hammering way home. And I was like, boot.
Well, here's a little trick you can do, which I find quite good for that.
Yeah, I've done this. You told me this.
With
yeah.
nail varnish.
Yeah, paint them up. Numbers.
Yeah. So number them or paint them with a number of dots on the nail varnish on the shell. People who are sort of like don't like animal cruelty, you know, they turn off now. It's not really cruel.
They don't know.
They don't know, do they?
Yeah.
So a little dab of nail varnish or sort of like enamel paint on the shell, and it's quite good fun seeing all snails
Well,
turn up.
they're eating our flowers and veg, aren't they? So you might as well keep track of who's doing it, who's the culprits. But I swear, Matt, they're fiercely territorial, I've heard.
Yeah.
Fiercely.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't know about it. I'd imagine snails probably are then. If slugs are, they're very so closely.
I tell you what, when I've had a barbecue and all fats dripped top floor and that, slugs are all over it. They're proper like dirty orgies all over. You know, slug
Really?
trails in morning. I've always noticed, God, they love that fatty stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought they were more like into flowers and leaves and shit. But noses,
Yeah.
eating a goddamn lady's
Well,
nose.
I'm going to say something controversial here now. I'm done with barbecues.
Oh, mate, don't give up on them, man.
Oh, don't give up on me, baby.
Mate, don't. I've got a pan that'll change your fucking life.
Pan?
A pan. So basically, imagine a frying pan, but it's just covered in holes, little round holes.
Yeah.
And you can, instead of it falling down great at barbecue, you can't do proper, like, let's say, loads of prawns and cockles and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Or scallops. You chuck them in this pan with a bit of butter.
Yeah.
You know what I
What,
mean?
like a frying pan?
Yeah. But it's it ain't a fucking frying pan, is it? Because it's all smoky taste coming out of it, you know what I mean? Cook them like that. Instead of just, alright, sausages and burgers are well boring on a barbecue.
Yeah.
Do it, spice
I
it
might
up.
have to do this. Maybe that's all. Maybe I've just become jaded.
Oh, sausages and fucking beef burgers. I'll still bang a few on for kids and that, but
Yeah.
I'm just eating old shellfish and weird stuff, you know what I mean? Because of this frying pan. Change your life,
Get your
Arky.
slugs on it.
Oh.
But yeah, well, things with slugs, you see, a lot of people don't know, like with slugs and snails. You have a little look at a slug's gob,
Yeah.
right? And if you look, it's got two big grinding pads.
Alright.
That's how they chew.
You
So
know.
and these grinding pads have got like it's like a rounded, it's almost like a little drum.
Yeah.
And they're classed as teeth. They're not though. They're like little hooks, like little spikes all along them, right? In
gosh.
ridged spikes. The hardest substance in nature.
Wow.
Is a snail's or a slug's teeth or grinding
What,
pads.
more than diamonds?
Just it's created by like we've got.
Yeah,
our-
right,
yeah,
teeth and, yeah,
That's
bones.
it. But they are on the same scale as diamonds. They're almost as strong as diamonds.
So you could have proper munched on those. Oh, have
But
you
one thing I wonder about though is, say like when we die, there's like all our bones and teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's loads of little skeleton teeth. There's like slugs and snails. all
Oh,
over the shop.
yeah. They won't go, will they?
No?
I might burn one up and have a look. I'm joking. Fucking hell.
I'd have a look. You picky.
Get him in my pan. Yeah, fry him down to
Throw them
know.
down and out and see if you can
Yeah.
find a little slug's teeth.
Oh,
You know,
make
like,
a pair of brass
like
knuckles
we are
out of 'em.
fucking busy enough.
I'm not. It's just you.
I'm busy as a bastard and you're there frying the snails and frying the teeth. Well, I'm looking for teeth out.
Well, it's snail same then. They got grindy teeth, or it's just slugs.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
exactly the same. The same birch are the same speed.
Fucking lazier slugs though, aren't they? You know what I mean? You know, snails are proper evolved, and they're just like, you're not finding sun,
Well,
are
that
you?
almost version, that
Yeah.
tramp snail.
But at least they can tuck up in sun,
Oh,
can't
they've
they?
got home.
Yeah, that's what the
Tramp
slugs
snails are living
doing.
out, living
Yeah.
out. Oh, where's bin? I need a bin.
Fucking no, mate.
Where's that bin juice? Shit. Snails have got dignity, haven't
They have. They've
They've
tuck
got
up.
dignity, you know what I mean? It's like they've got a nice little caravan.
And they're sucky as well. I can't imagine. I don't pick up slugs, but I don't think they'll be as sucky as a snail. You know what I mean? If one of the snails on a windy, you're like,
Yeah, you can
But I
pull
can't
off,
imagine
yeah.
it doing that with a slug.
Somebody was saying, I saw this online recently, that apparently, you know, if you see a snail, you think, hey, oh, there's a snail, and drag it off at the floor, you
Yeah.
can kill it.
Oh.
But same as a slug, because apparently what they do, they create like a mucus disc to slide on. And if you pull it up, it kind of almost pulls that. It can damage the foot. So apparently the thing to do... I mean, fuck slugs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fuck slugs.
Same as flies and
Yeah,
wasps.
there we have.
Same category, aren't they?
Yeah. But apparently what the thing to do before you pick up a snail and chuck it in your neighbour's garden...
Yeah, like you do.
As you do, as everybody does, is you tap a shell. And it
Alright.
retracts in.
Yeah.
And
I'll
then
do
you
that
can-
with snails. I've got no issues with snails.
You're
at
no
all.
beef with snails, have you?
What other animals can we fuck? You know what I mean? Just like, not like that. I mean, like, they can proper fuck off. And, you know, if you had a flamethrower, you'd be like, yeah, turn it on, I could.
Ooh.
Seagulls?
No, I'm quite keen on the seagull. I like the noise on the morning at seaside.
Yeah.
You know, I quite like all the sound of that.
I do them at Brid though, you know, proper dirty ones that I haven't even seen sea, they've just seen waffles and all that shit. I could burn them.
You see.
I know, but they just turn the back and look
rubbish
at waffle
animals. The rubbish animals that you can knack. I don't know really. I don't think of any.
It might stop at slugs, it might do.
Yeah. Well, what about dolphins?
Yeah. They're getting there, they're getting an issue at dolphins.
Well, let's have a little think about that, shall we?
You'll come back to that one.
Talking about bastard animals, right?
Ooh.
So we've got a story here about there's a whale, right, called Spirit. Now, I'm not a big believer in sort of like wild animals naming them, but what they do is the reason why they name a lot of like wild animals, people, observers and stuff.
Yeah.
That fucking fly, he's just taking back off, he's walking up.
Yeah, I had a haunted fly.
I'm out. Let's kill this cunt. We can't have that coming back at us. So observers of sort of like things like marine creatures, you know, these people who are sort of like keeping out for these things. So they do name them after the markings and things like this.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason why they name them. So they think, all right, we know Spirit's turned up here now.
Yeah.
We know the situation. And in this particular situation, this humpback whale, female humpback whale, right, she's got a calf.
Oh, no.
So it's a very sort of like important observation. We know what the breeding patterns are, where they're going to be, and all this sort of stuff. Right?
Swimming with cows and that is like,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
impressive.
Right, so a recent incident at the coast of Flinders Bay in Western Australia shows that this sort of like this had happened. Right, so what happened is they'd observed Spirit turn up with the young calf, right. Baby whale, as you like to call
They
it.
stay with them for quite a few years, don't they?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But the issue that they have is that females come into season when they haven't got a calf.
Right.
So this happens with a lot of, say, for example, like this happens with lions as well. So like male lions will come into an area, they'll find all the females. The females got cubs, they'll kill all the cubs. The women, or the female women, the female lions come into season, so they'll mate with all the females, and all the cubs born are theirs then.
Yeah.
This is the same for whales.
Oh no.
So their Spirit swimming along there in sort of Flinders Bay in Western Australia. It's got the calf. They get ambushed. Right, 5 massive males turn up. Right.
Shit.
Now what happens is the race. This is how the mating sort of thing goes with whales. Is they race. So what happens is she goes fast, they go fast, and just chase and chase and chase.
God.
And the aim is to exhaust her.
Yeah,
so she
yeah.
kind of gives in. It's not a pleasant process,
No, it
really,
doesn't
to be
sound
honest.
it,
You know.
does it?
But when she's got young, it will inevitably kill the calf.
Yeah,
it will
yeah.
kill the calf. There's a very good chance it'll kill her.
Oh,
There's
God.
sometimes because there's a big old fucking male, sort of like got 70 tons or something,
Yeah.
trying to mate with her. After she's exhausted.
Yeah, she can't get up for air, can
Yeah,
she?
this
With
is
that
it, you know
lollop
what I
on
mean?
top.
So she's realising things are bad, right?
Yeah.
They might purposefully kill the calf straight away and then do the chase. That's a good chance that'll happen, you know what I mean, right? They start the chase, things are going, she's trying to protect the calf, she's getting herself in between her and the calf, right? Well, the males are obviously just becoming awful.
Yeah.
They're getting to that place, the situation's dire, right? And then she's rescued. pod of dolphins rock up.
No way.
And a massive pod at all, just come from nowhere, right?
Oh.
Come out, get and wedge themselves between the male whales and Spirit and her calf.
Wow, the redemption of the dolphins.
The dolphins up, and what they do, they're coming out of the water, they're baring the teeth, they're screaming, they're carrying on alarming, they start threatening these whales.
God.
They totally kick off at the whales. Now, the size difference is unreal. I mean, I think they're about as big as they get is half a ton is a dolphin, which is still fucking massive. You know what I mean? It's a big animal. But I don't think this particular species are a half-ton species. They're not that big. There's enough of them, and they're acting aggressive enough that these males back off.
Wow, 5 massive whales.
5 massive whales all back off, right? And they all start sort of like, they just don't know how to fucking react. They don't know what's going on. It completely bamboozles the whales, right? But what happens then is something even stranger.
The dolphin stick turns on cat. We knew the mucky bastards.
Fucking blower like that.
Oh.
Well, what happens is one of the males changes its behaviour. It suddenly almost like comes to its senses, realises what's going on.
Yeah.
It suddenly starts protecting Spirit and the calf as well.
Wow.
Takes over that protective pattern.
Yeah.
Sees off the other big males properly, you know what I mean? Because it's only a big male could do it. And then they just swim gently off together. So it takes on Spirit, takes on the calf, protects them both. And the dolphins have done...
dolphins to change his mind or to see sense.
That's it.
God, it ain't like dolphins though, are they? They're
not
proper naughty.
Yeah, well, they can be, you know what I mean?
They saved Dick Van Dyke, didn't they? They didn't. Is that true?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
That's it.
You didn't dream it this time.
You're a beautiful dream.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Step in time, Mary Poppins.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
God, he's eternal, isn't he?
Nearly 200 years old.
Yeah. He's bad as Bruce. He went on for a fair whack, didn't he? Oh, really? Bruce Forsyth. Bruce Foreskin. He was getting scary at one bit. I was saying to kids and that. Like,
do you find that weird? You do find some people you sort of think, wasn't he great? Wasn't he sitting? And they go, he's still alive. You're like, what?
I know.
What?
It's freaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the bloke. What was the actor called? Who was Ming the Merciless?
Oh, I don't know. I only know him
as I'm going to have to look this up now. I can't remember his name now.
Well, when you look it up, I've got a right tale here for you. Right. Young soldier, Second World War kicks off. Oh, no, Korean War kicks off and that. Yeah. He gets enlisted, thinks he's going to up front. They're like, oh, no, we just want you to be a fucking a lifeguard at the army barracks swimming pool. He's like,
what?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how he did his tour. He's just like, yep, I'm all right with that, thank you.
Yeah.
So he just starts making best of it. He realises he can get free flights if he dresses in uniform.
Well, where is he again?
In America.
Right, in America.
In America. So he's looking. I think it's some weird name, like they call him Adonis or something like that. Big tall chap. And he starts flying around country, doing it for free. He's just having a whale of a time with chicks and stuff. You know what I mean? He gets a flight home, other side of America. Leaves it a little bit late. He needs to be back on the swimming pool next day. So he's there. Goes down to airbase. No flights. I'm like, whoa, no, I need a flight. Well, there's one flight, but you can't get in it. He's like, what do you mean? It's just like a larger than a Spitfire. It's like a bomber. You know what I mean? Single seat bomber. And he goes to see chap. He's like, mate, I've got to get back. He's like, you can't get in. You're not sat on my knee. You can't get in. He's like, what about little radar cabinet back there? He's like, no, mate, get out of it. He's just, you'll freeze back there. You know what I mean? But like, let me in the goddamn thing. I need to get back. Please, I'm going to get bollocked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, go on then, cramming. So he gets in, does Adonis, whatever his name is. Bloke shuts the door on him. They take off. Straight away, door flaps open, sticks to fucking side of plane. They're getting higher and higher and higher. He's like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. The oxygen's too low. I'm gonna die. He tries out. Yeah, he tries to wedge the door. He tries to open. He couldn't do it, and then he just passes out. Luckily, pilot's flying like, oh shit, I didn't fill up, and he's too far away to do it. He's like, he didn't fill up, you know what I mean? Then his CO2 goes, it's like, oh fuck, I ain't got nowhere either. So he just literally dive bombs bound above sea and has to ditch into water, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
By this time, Adonis has woke up like, what the fuck? Ah, fucking hell! He jumps out, sees pilot get out as well. Both big, inflatables come out. They're running, they're in each, they can keep together, they're paddling. compass out, let's go east, we'll hit America eventually. Massive storm comes, you know what I mean? Adonis gets flipped out, other bloke couldn't even paddle towards him, you know what I mean? He's literally in water. And then through all the fog and that, he sees like a lighthouse, you know what I mean? It's flashing. Swims like hell to the lighthouse, gets there. His mate's already paddled there and that, you know, he's hypothermic and everything, you know what I mean? They get him inside, warm him up and all the rest of it. 2 days later, they ring up, you know, they go collect him, bring him back to hospital, and he's fine, survives. Clint Eastwood. Shit! Yeah, man.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, fire. You just put that up?
Yeah. No! That's true, is that? True tale?
Fucking hell, fire. Right. Well, if well, I'm sure it is true, you know. But
well, any doubters, let me know.
well, the good thing is about that whole era of sort of like the sort of actors who were in World War II.
Yeah.
The fucking some of the they need we just need a book on actors who were in World War II. You know what I mean? Lee Marvin when he was fucking hellfire. He were on Iwo Jima.
Exactly. Sniper. Only
Shot,
one to get,
shot in the arse, wasn't he?
Yeah. Only one to get back off island.
No, the Max von Sydow is the actor who was Ming the Merciless, by the way.
Oh, is he Exorcist dude?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know. On the chess dude, didn't he, when he played Death and that?
Yes, that's
Luckily
it.
he won. He wouldn't have had much of a career.
He was in Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Force Awakens. He was in that. He was in fucking.
He's been in loads of stuff.
Oh, when you look at the films, he was. I believe he was Vigo in Ghostbusters.
The thing that gets me though, he was proper old in 1976 when Exorcist were done.
Yeah.
And he's really, really old now.
Yeah.
47 years later.
Yeah, this is it. The things he was in. So I'm trying to remember the name of that film now. Where he was
playing Death.
Yeah.
Good film. Have you seen it? It's real good filming. That
wasn't even his first film. Seventh Seal.
He was a young boy.
Yeah,
in a film, his first film was like a young, like in a German film, like a proper young boy.
Yeah, it was.
Seven Seals. It's fucking really
Only
good.
a Mother, 1949. I think it says he was only young in that, but I think it's you know. But when you go through the films that you sort of like, you start going Max von Sydow, what films he was in, you're just like fucking what that everything. He was just in everything.
Is he still alive? Or did he die last year?
He has died now. I think he died about 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
He's an amazing career though.
Yeah, he's just absolutely
An Exorcist.
religious.
I love the Exorcist, man. That is.
Yeah.
Tell you what's really underrated, Exorcist 3.
Yeah.
It's a really good film. Is that it links it. If you just forget about Exorcist 2 and just go 1, 3.
Yeah.
It's very,
I'll have to give it a whirl.
Oh, mate, it's one of the best jump scenes in any film.
Yeah, is that one across the...
Yeah, massive scissors.
Yeah. So anyway, there we have it. We've gone... I don't know how the fuck we started dying around there.
With a fly, wasn't it?
It was a whale.
Yeah,
the dolphins have been right good.
Yes, well done to dolphins.
Yeah, a quick round of applause for the dolphins.
Yeah, well done.
The big news, Arcade. We can't not cover it anymore. Bigfoot.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
So this is a story now that Benny's brought to my attention first of all. Obviously, he's a Bigfoot fan. He's a boy
believer.
He's always had a thing for hairy men.
Taller the better, Arcade.
Stinky. And so we realise now this new footage has occurred and been recorded of Bigfoot in action. Now this has been Colorado. The new footage has been recorded. It was recorded by Stetson and Shannon Parker, and they were actually on the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad. Right, so they're taking this beautiful rail trip, right, all through the mountains and all through the Colorado Rockies and things. That's it. Yeah, so they're on, and it's a narrow gauge railway. So it's a slow railway.
Yeah,
this was a railway that's probably used for sort of like, you know, getting people into areas, but also supplies, coal, fuel, things like this. It's a slow, small. That's exactly right, exactly it. So it was just this small railway. So it's a slow-going railway. So they're there. It was their 10th anniversary trip they were doing. So 10th wedding anniversary. They took this lovely trip. So they're there with the cameras, taking footage and all this sort of stuff, right? But they were on the last car of the train.
Yeah.
That's where they were. So, so they're recording out the window and all this sort of stuff, right? And next thing, what do you see? Describe what we see, Arcade.
Well, just to go back on that, I heard that it was them two chelping like, oh my God, look at that. And it's someone behind them that leans forward with the camera phone and records it.
Right.
That's what I heard with it, because it just makes it better for me to think, right, if they're setting it up, they're waiting for it, blah, blah, blah. But what you do see, you hear them say, look at that out the window, blah, blah, blah. And you do see a Sasquatch, or someone in a fucking very realistic Sasquatch group. Big hairy dude, looks about 7 foot, doesn't he, or taller.
Yeah.
Big lumber to his walk. And he's walking along, he turns, sees the train coming, and straight away, one more step, and then just ducks down, crouches, and stays in a crouching position, and he just goes totally camouflaged, doesn't he?
As soon as he stops moving, you can't see him. Yeah.
And zoom in's on the face as well. It ain't like someone in a ghillie suit or someone just in camo or something like that, 'cause it is a proper, hairy Bigfoot, bald Bigfoot face.
It's one of two things. It's either Bigfoot or it's somebody in a Bigfoot suit.
Yes, yeah.
That's the thing.
But that's how... You might know whether it's single trade track is, you might think this is going to be the best one ever, but I still think he'd fuck about a bit rather than hide. If you wanted to show yourself off as a Bigfoot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the idea that the fact he sat down was weird.
Yes.
And
sat down so soon, you know what I mean?
It was a proper sit down, so I'll give you a little description of what I saw. So it's like, you can hear people talking, and you are right, it was Stetson Parker and his wife, and he says that somebody behind him, a fellow passenger, recorded the footage as they were talking, so they kind of leant forward and did the recording. So that's 3 people seeing it there, you know what I mean? Some people have already said, I think it's a bear. I think it's not a bear.
No,
it's not a bear. It's not, you know what I mean? This is a bipedal
Erectus.
I'm isolating that.
Erectus.
It is a bipedal creature of some sort, humanoid.
Yes.
Which we can't deny. And it looks to have extremely long forearms to me. So the arms look unnaturally long and hairy. The full body's hairy. It's a sandy, patchy, mottled, hairy body.
Yeah.
All furry, covered in fur. And it does seem to have... If I were to describe the face, quite a lot like the orangutans off Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
good
that
shout.
sort of looks. It's an ape, so imagine like a slightly hairless face.
Yeah, it was hairless.
Peering out from the hairy head and body and neck.
Yeah.
You'd see a hairless, and it did seem, the look I'd use is simian. So you'd have that raised sort of like muzzle. So you'd have a protruding muzzly kind of face to it. You'd want a flat face. Fur and everything was really good. Everything sort of looked right. The natural gait and the walk looked good. The only thing I didn't like was it looked like trousers.
They look baggy. When I went on to the last Bigfoot one, when I saw that muscle, you can see muscle twitching on the legs. You can see shape and muscle definition. But you're right with that, it did look baggy. But God, it's a long way away with that one.
But you can also say with that, these, if both films were right, I think the different species of the same sort of creature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think you got yourself. It's almost like you'd have sort of like, I don't know, Homo habilis and Homo erectus. You'd have sort of like 2 different species of Bigfoots and whatever.
Going kind of back to it, we know the original Patterson. Is it Gimli Patterson film? That were female because they had a massive pair of knockers.
Yeah.
And this one, it looked, like he didn't have a pair of knockers. You know what I mean? It made difference. So you think, it could be a male. You know what I mean? And it could be a bit more. Looked a bit more bulked up. Did the original Patterson film?
Yeah, it looked like
a slimmer version. But you think, man, it should be bigger. And it ain't like that sometimes in the natural world, is it? You could have a bit of a childbirthing one and a bit more of a sleeker.
Well, if you look at even like bear species, get the great big grizzlies and stuff, and then you go down to a much slimmer, smaller species of bear, depending on the habitat and terrain. That's the thing. You don't necessarily, you wouldn't perhaps if you're in warmer or less difficult terrain, you wouldn't want to be a sort of, I don't know, 40-stone creature in terrain that's desert where you might find the food a bit more slim pickings.
Exactly. If it's someone's going out to do the big hunt and the woman's like, looking at picking, berry picking,
Well, I'd imagine this sort of thing, I'd imagine such a creature would be an omnivore. I'd imagine it'd be hunting more things like, the biggest things it'd probably be catching, it'd be something along the lines of sort of like, I don't know, gopher kind of things. And foraging, I mean, oh, well, yeah, I can't imagine that fucker chasing down a sheep.
Yeah, is it, or a rabbit or something, you know what I mean? But
because that's the thing as well, what food it eats, so
veg there to eat for a big one, isn't it?
It would, but there's also not an awful lot of food to eat in those areas. It's rocky, it's terrain, it's dusty. It might be a case of even digging up like roots and tubers and things. It might be sort of, but it looked like you're on a bit of a mission.
It did. It was walking fast when it were on one.
Yeah, but I think the point you made about this particular footage is, like you say, you can see it walking, you can see it moving, then it sits down. If you wanted to be observed, you'd keep walking.
Exactly.
But it didn't, it squat.
Or a bit more of a walk and then a squat, just to kind of like, does everybody see me? Yep, here we go.
Yeah. Well, another point of this, though, is that they were the last car on the train.
Ah, yeah. So
it might have been walking for like fucking good for you. I mean, it depends how many cars are on the train. It might have been big trains like in America. You might have 20 cars. Yeah, it might have been walking for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Before it's finally gone. No, fucking hell, that's that done. And it might be again taking the flip side. It could be because if it was a man in a suit, he decided, right, train's gone. I'm fucking boiling.
Yeah,
I want to sit down.
Yeah.
That's why he's had to squat down, because he's.
What do you reckon percentage-wise? And are you a believer?
I don't know. But then again, I don't like. No, I won't say I'm a believer, but I'm definitely not saying it wasn't.
Yeah.
I need more information. I want to see if there's any more footage from the train.
I think it is the best footage to see all these squatch hunters and all the rest of it, and these bits in leaves behind trees, peeking faces and all the rest of it. I've never had a feeling like that since the Patterson film. I think it's just
it's as good, if not better, than the Patterson film. Because you couldn't see the feet on this one, you see, so you couldn't see his obvious shoes.
Sure, God. It gets me all fucking hot.
That's why I do it.
I'm not biting.
You all peppery.
No.
The needle's in the right.
Alright, that's it, it's over.
But I think this footage is as good as that.
Yeah.
It's
definitely up there. Like I say, I've never been excited. I saw that. That's good.
It's not somebody in a black suit ducking around in a forest.
Yeah. And it ain't just a squatch hunter, you know what I mean, with his mating bushes. It's just I really like the train. I like the idea of it's the last train. No one else has filmed it. A couple have seen it, and then a total randomer has heard it and thought, someone probably younger, I bet, has flipped out the phone. They're so used to it, aren't they? Like fucking cowboys.
Quick film footage, this is it. I think that's what's
happened
there. So I think it's definitely a potential.
And it's got characteristics which I love, that bit of hiding. You just think he's used to doing that,
Yeah.
I love that idea.
But like I say, playing devil's advocate with it, I do think potentially if it's been walking along all that time, hoping to be filmed, if it's a person, and it is the fact he sat down when train's gone past. It's almost like I say, sure it's hot out there, waited and he's like, fucking hellfire, He might have been doing it for weeks.
It could be.
But at the same time, the way it moved naturally, it did move. It seemed to move really.
I got sent one by Ed. Thank you, Ed. You're an absolute diamond. I love this kid. I fucking love Ed. I don't know him, but I love him. He said it's a good one. I know it wasn't Mirror. I was getting all giddy about it. Somebody was like, "Oh, Ben, it's the Mirror." I'm like, "Wow, it's in print."
Yeah.
But that bit where there's like 3 states, thinking, "Wow, this is bizarre." You know what I mean? Let's actually focus in and do a little bit of a research study of the area, or try a bit of a finder of it. So you think, I
think they need to, because the thing is now with whether there is or not, it's that same reason like looking at really studying to try and find Loch Ness Monster, which I think that's an absolute fool.
I love that it's there though. It really gets me cosy, does Loch Ness. Just keep doing it, please. But I'm the same as you. I'm not a massive.
I think you'd be better look somewhere else. I mean, again, that's what David Attenborough said. If he believes in any sort of like scripted, he says it's Bigfoot.
Wow.
And he says that's the one that he thinks potentially could be out there. There could be something out there. We've had hominid species of that sort that in our genetic past with Homo.
The wild man of Borneo, you know what I mean? We all thought it was a myth till we found an orangutan.
Yeah.
Plus the area that this Bigfoot were found, it's very famous for being. There's 3 areas of America that say, well, that is a big enough habitat that's unspoiled, spoilt by humans or patrolled, that it could live in, and it was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's another thing ticking the box.
Yeah, this is it. So it's so it is. There's a lot of potential. So all I'm saying is the jury's out. I don't think it's not with that amount of footage can you say yes, that's definitive proof of a Bigfoot. You need more. It's like somebody said as well. They said, what they need to do is he was taking a big old shit up there or something.
Absolutely.
Get up on site and see if you can find it. You look for hair fibres.
Absolutely.
You need an expedition to that site now.
Yeah, I thought they'd do that pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
Release the drones even, you know what I mean? Surely they could just swoop in with the drones and check the area.
Maybe, but I think that kind of buzzing would just scare anything off in the area.
I mean, looking for shit, you know what I mean? Or footprints.
Well, I think he's got to be boots on the ground. You've got to have boots on the ground. You've got to study the area. You've got to look at the area. That's my stuff.
I tell you what, though, we've had that, and we hadn't ever, because we've been off so long, is it Peruvian aliens, those little aliens? Have you ever done a bit of a deep dive with them?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Is it?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's bullshit, It's the guy who has brought these or these Mexican aliens, or whatever they are, wherever, from South American alien creatures, meant to be fossilised. He has a long track record of presenting, hey, look what I found, strange animals. He's done. He's all hoaxes.
Yeah, I wanted to check. I didn't do a deep dive. Something we couldn't ignore. With a little bit of tidy in there. We need
let's keep our eyes firmly on the Bigfoot.
Yes.
But sometimes you don't always have to go to like America or South America or sort of Asia to find your Bigfoot hit. Sometimes the only place you need to go to is Scotland.
Wow. Oh, down the road here, that Bigfoot sighting we've had here.
Well, that's true. It could be all over the place. But there's one here, and it's known as the Amphirliath Moor. Right, otherwise known as the Big Grey Man.
Oh, cool.
Right. Now, this is in the Cairngorms area of Scotland, so up in the mountains, the wild ranges. I've been up Cairngorm myself, and it's like, wow, it's wild in a remote area up there. It's been really good. This is just a little piece I found on just on Wikipedia, and this is the description it says. And it says, although there have been many purported encounters with the Big Grey Man, a few eyewitnesses have actually seen the creature, but it is reported to be very thin and over 10 feet tall.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't it?
Dark skin and hair, long arms, broad shoulders. More often the creature remains unseen in the fog of the mountain, with encounters limited to the sound of crunching gravel as it walks behind climbers, and a general feeling of unease around the mountain. Tangible evidence of its existence is limited to a few photographs of unusual footprints, so the majority relies on the credibility of eyewitness encounters. So the figure has many similarities with Brenin Llwyd, right, which means Grey King of Welsh mythology. Right? And this figure is also semi-corporeal or ghost-like, silent, and uses the mists as a cloak to prey on unwary travellers. Unlike Amphirliath, Brenin Llwyd is found in mountainous locations across Wales, and is particularly noted to prey on children.
Oh, snack size.
So we've got some sightings. So in 1925, J. Norman Colley gave the first recorded account of a grey man encounter. a noted hiker, professor and member of the Royal Geographical Society, Colley recounted a terrifying experience he had while hiking alone on the summit of Ben Macdui years earlier in 1891. He says, "I was returning from the cairn on the summit in a mist when I began to think I heard something else than merely the noise of my own footsteps. Every few steps I took, I heard a crunch, and another crunch, as if someone was walking after me, but taking steps 3 or 4 times the length of my own. I said to myself, this is all nonsense. I listened and I heard it again, but I could see nothing in the mist. As I walked on and the eerie crunch, crunch, crunch sounded behind me, I was seized with terror, and I took to my heels, staggering blindly among the boulders for 4 or 5 miles, nearly down to the Rothy Mercus forest. Whatever you make of it, I do not know, but there is something very queer about the top of Ben Macdui, and I will not go back there again."
Wow.
So that's his encounter. Now again, weirdly enough, we can go back to my encounter in the forest where I had the absolute fear and I ended up running. He's had a similar sort of encounter himself there. He's not really seen sort of...
I think it's enough with them, you know, when you're doing one footstep, you're realising that it's, whatever it is, it's got a massive fucking...
Yeah, well this is it, you know, it's a huge step there, you know. It says Colley's encounter was reported to the local press, which started a debate between sceptics and believers within the community. Other climbers came forward with their own encounters, which had previously been afraid to share. One climber, Hugh D. Welsh, said that he had hiked the summit with his brother in 1904, where throughout the day and night they heard slurring footsteps, as if someone was walking through water-saturated gravel. And both felt frequently conscious of something near us, an eerie sense of apprehension.
Wow.
So they've got that fear, they've got that terror sort of setting in, you know what I mean, while on the mountain. Now you've got to remember as well, this is like 1895, this is 1891, 1904. Yeah. This is not an era where there's going to be loads of people on the mountain.
Exactly, and you know, and you get like goats and deers and, you know what I mean, that footstep is totally different to a human.
Well, it's a scurrying footstep, it's like a hurried click, clack, click, 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 clack, 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 it's like that. Whereas like if somebody's crunch, crunch following you.
It's unmistakable.
Yeah, that's right. So in 1945, Peter Densham was participating in rescue work in the Cairngorm Mountains during World War II. One day he reported hearing strange noises, mist closing in on his location, and increasing pressure around his neck. He fled before seeing anything concrete. A friend of his, climber Richard Freer, wrote about his sense of a presence, utterly abstract but intensely real, on the mountain, and heard an intensely high singing note a few years later in 1948. Freer also presented the encounter to another mutual friend who wished to remain anonymous while camped on Ben Macdui. He reported waking up feeling an inescapable feeling of dread and looking out of his tent to see a large figure with dark hair standing in front of the moon in silhouette.
Shit.
Yeah. In 1958, naturalist and mountaineer Alexander Tuignon published an article in the Scots magazine about an encounter with a grey man in 1943. I spent a 10-day leave climbing alone in the Cairngorms. One afternoon, just as I reached the summit cairn of Ben Macdui, mist swirled across the Ladig Grue and enveloped the mountain. The atmosphere became dark and oppressive. A fierce, bitter wind whisked among the boulders, and an odd sound echoed through the mist. A loud footstep, it seemed. Then another, and a strange shape loomed up, receded, and came charging at me. Without hesitation, I whipped out the revolver and fired 3 times at the figure. And when it still came on, I turned and headed down the path, reaching Glenderry in a time that I have never bettered. You may ask, was it really the Fairleith Muir? Frankly, I think it was.
Jesus. I love them days you had revolvers.
I know, I see you just up mountains. I'll bring a gun.
Trusty revolver.
They never know, there might be a...
It's in it, the logic.
That's the thing with it, but that's the mindset of the people at the time. It's
Yeah.
like, who knows, might get me.
Yeah.
Look out for the gypsies. We'll need to shoot those. Odd times.
Yeah, very odd.
So no
Your aid.
no photographs of the big grey man have ever been taken. Photographer John A. Rennie supposedly found a series of footprints in Spey Valley measuring 19 inches long, and 14 inches wide. So that is a 1.5 foot long and a foot and a bit wide. That's a big foot, yeah. These were published in a book, but he later discovered they were natural phenomena caused by rainfall eroding the snow. So potentially, it could be, But there is one explanation for this, which I kind of like, and is a bit of a strange thing, right? And it's related to ghosts.
Right.
So, have you ever heard of a thing called a Brocken Spectre?
No.
Right. Well,
Brocken Spectre.
yeah. So,
Brocken Ghost.
yeah. So let me find the Brocken Spectre. There's images of a Brocken Spectre.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Fucking scary
That
is
is
that?
terrifying. That's a giant in a halo, like a sun halo for camera type
But
of
what was this description?
thing. Yeah, humongous man. There was something behind him as well, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A Brocken Spectre. We've got a friend of ours who's had an experience and witnessed a Brocken Spectre.
Fantastic.
John Paul.
Has it?
Yeah, he's witnessed this.
Wow.
And what it is when there's mist in the valley below you or around you and the sun is behind you, it acts as a camera and projects you onto the mist. That's a photographic, or like
of someone. That's actually him.
That's what a Brocken Spectre is.
Wow, fascinating.
Now, they've always said in all these experiences with the grey man here, they've always said in every one, the mist obscures him.
Yeah.
You don't see it.
Rather than making him, it
Yeah,
obscures
that's it. And of course, the other thing with mist is, I don't know if you've ever been in high mountains in mist.
A little bit.
Yeah, it reflects sound.
Yes.
And distorts sound.
Yeah,
it acts
yeah.
almost like a wall or a sounding
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
So the crunch, crunch, crunch comes back from different angles, different sounds and pitches.
Yeah.
And then you might come around a corner and look down and some of these great grey figures there.
Yeah, you're
Fucking hell, it's terrifying.
You're off, aren't you? You're not going to stand there and inspect or wave around. No, it's me. You're just like, you're off, aren't
you're just off. You
firing
take
your
heels.
revolver, right?
Yeah, this is it. Well, that's the case.
That's good about the noise. So I'm about to go back to that. What about the noise? But you're right. It is super weird. I remember once I got up in. We were at the caravan, and literally years. I were in my 20s. You know what I mean? And when you see freaky, see fret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Actually, it must have been a bit later in the day because I had a bottle of wine and some other substances. But I thought, right, into it I go, you know what I mean? And I thought, careful about it. I thought, it's only coast, you know what I mean? We're on the beach. And I thought, yeah, my footprints in the sand. I'm not going to get all fucking mongy about it. I lost. So I'm quite careful. But it was the sound and just that isolation of it, and just it was so lonely and so weird. And so, your senses. And it's foreign. It was so foreign with that feeling. I can really remember that. But that enclosed, and you're right about noise. There was nothing. Even ceased, which felt really weird and sounded weird.
It does. It messes with the senses, and I think that's the situation here. But what I will add, people say, "Oh well, you always go for the easy explanation for something like that." The Brocken Spectre in itself is a weird phenomenon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in a weird way, what is weird to see some spirit creature or this wonderful sort of like vision of your own reflection on it, because it's very rare to see them. You don't see them. Brocken Spectres are very, very rare to see. So if anything, you've got more, just as much sort of like privilege to see this wonderful phenomenon.
I definitely won't poo-poo it, but you do need to look at it all, don't you? You can't just say one to other or swing about. But I just love that idea. It does match it, especially that light behind it, and it's such a bizarre lantern trick, isn't it? When you got that light.
Well, that's why I've included it as well, is because we've got some wonderful footage, real life footage, or what looks like real life footage, of camera phone footage of a mountainside with a hairy man walking along it and a strange scenario. But it's weirdly sterile. They're on a train. They're watching it go past. So you may as well be watching it on TV.
Yeah, it is.
Whereas we've got the obverse of this, where we've got like a man on a mountain in the mist, and he's seeing and hearing, and he's freaked out. It's a sensory experience.
And that bit when you're in the shit and it's next to you, it's a totally different trip, innit? You know how everything, the fear. Funny, we said before, Sean got a couple of little, and he does bounce onto a couple of little spooky tales of one chap who works down the docks called Lee.
Yeah.
But he saw one at the docks, and he said he just came in really.
Saw a ghost, or
well, he came in really early.
Yeah.
And he's indoors, shall I say, and he just looked left, and he just saw a proper ghost. You know, just stood there. You know, he said
human figure.
A human figure. He didn't see features. It was just literally there, glowing. Everything was dark, and this thing was glowing. He said he just turned right and he didn't look back. He couldn't look back.
Really?
And he just hurried off away from.
I thought, right, I'm not going that way.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god, didn't you want? He said, I didn't want. I saw it first, and you know when you're looking away and you think, oh, you just focusing on something and your head's already turning. It was like a massive decision. Like, no way.
Yeah, we're not going back. That's it.
Yeah, not turning back.
Weirdly enough, because I think that's a really great example, that, because it's almost like if you were to see something like a panther or a puma,
yeah.
you know, you saw something which is potentially dangerous and terrifying, you won't be running at it and going, oh, there's a puma, it's a puma, it's a puma.
Yeah.
In a weird way, you'd sort of want to get out of that situation.
You won't want eye contact for long, would it? It's like a bit about confidence.
You'd want it a half an eye. You'd want to just know it's there.
Yeah.
But there'd also be the fear of letting it know you had seen it.
Yes.
So, for example, if you acknowledged it, if he were to turn around and say, like, you know, ha, I see you, ghost.
Yeah.
It might be the case that then by doing it, you are making it even more. You're almost inviting it in,
connecting to it.
Yeah. You're creating that connection, and then that might be your doom.
Exactly.
There might be that thing of to say, like, I've seen this, I'm walking away.
Yeah, and he's such a level-headed person. This is not his style at all, you know what I mean? Bert goes on to the second one.
Yeah.
So, you know, he said, oh, I've seen another one, you know. I'm like, oh, why? What happened? Well, he used to live in a house in, I think it were Middleton or something like that. He's a southerner, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know reasons he's up here, misses or something. But a bit of an old house, you know what I mean? You know, the old bit, things going missing. It was just one of them houses that did a lot of noises, a lot of stuff going missing. They used to joke about it. They were aware of it, but not terrified of it, or nothing massive. But it was one of them houses.
They hadn't pinned anything on it.
Exactly.
It was just like, bloody hell, that's gone again.
Yeah. But it were noises on the landing that were a big one for him. You know, upstairs landing, top of the stairs. And it was one of them that had a bit of a central staircase, and you had two halves of.
I know what you mean.
Know what I mean? So there were bedrooms to the right, bedrooms to the left,
and a central staircase.
Exactly, central staircase, and a hall that kind of teed. You know, so the staircase went up, and it was a T at the top of it.
Like a proper long landing.
Exactly, and it was one of them that you'd hear footsteps or noises on there at different times of day. And he says the worst one was, you know, one morning everybody's at school, wife are at work, and he's exiting the house on his own. You know what I mean? He's getting his shoes on. Gets his coat on, hears the noise upstairs, he's at the bottom of the stairs, looks up and sees someone jump across. A full in the air, you know, like a you know, like...
And then a leap.
Totally airbound apparition just went past that.
Fucking hell.
It's fucking horrible, isn't it? It really got me.
The leap.
It wanted to... You know, to get past you, I don't know. It's awful, and the walking slowly past is bad, but a leap, you saw it completely in the air, full shape, full adult size, in the air, leaping past.
Did you hear it land? Did he say?
Didn't really say. He did say like it continued, like a do off again. You know what I mean? The same noises that he hears all the time, but they were
fucking hell.
And over that space, he didn't really hear a hard landing or a hard takeoff. It was literally do whoop. Saw it
leap,
and it was gone, you know, or it landing out of eye shot, but it was fully in
the air. Man.
Crouch, kind of, you know, like if you would want to jump that, you'd have legs tucked.
That's one of the weirdest, it's only a little story, it's one of the weirdest ghost stories I've ever heard.
It really got me when he said it. I was like, Lee, say all that again. Say it all again. What is that? And he was quite matter of fact. Oh no, mate, no. You know, just like that is awful. That is really bad.
Weirdly enough, the best ghost stories, and in fact we used a couple in our first sort of like Halloween special that we did, where there was just ordinary guys or ordinary people who just happened to see something extraordinary, and that's what Lee's story is there.
Yeah, it is totally.
He's just a straight up kind of guy,
he is.
jobbing kind of lad, and he's just sort of said, oh, by the way, I saw this. You're what? He's not one to make things up.
He ain't at all, he's so level-headed, you know what I mean? He's just such a level person, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
It's awful, and that did spur him to move out of that house. You know what I mean?
As
He
it did.
didn't like the feel of it at all. You know what I mean? Didn't tell wife or oh, it was like, oh, you know what I mean?
We're off.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I'm afraid, Arcade,
Is it that time already?
it is, Arcade. It is that time.
God damn.
already. How
Nah,
did you
it's
do?
nice to be back, especially
Yeah,
Halloween. You know, what I mean,
that's
normally we push the boat out, but we ain't had time, and that was nice. That was a nice
to be
bit of
fair, we've
Halloween
actually
casting.
stuck in a fair bit of spooky there.
No, we have. We didn't think we had any, and we had
There
some.
was some spooky going on.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good fun. That. So what I think we need to do, we need to finish on a spooky story.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that this could be a good one. This is from Tom Slemon, and he's doing he does a piece right for the People newspaper, right, and it's but I mean, it might not be. I don't think it is for the People. It's basically a piece he calls Haunted Wirral. Right. Now Wirral is the Wirral Peninsula is up near Liverpool. It's up that kind of area there, and it's beautiful places. The Wirral Peninsula, really, really gorgeous, wild and a bit remote.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a very nice place to go. And so actually what it is Tom Slemon, he writes for a paper called The Globe, by the looks of things here, right? And so he's looking at a piece, right, called, and he refers to it, right, as a strange-looking jaywalker. Now, I get a feeling that Tom Slemon might be living in the UK, but I think he might have some American roots, because jaywalking,
Yes, it's very much so.
So, there's a little bit of the writing in this has that kind of feel. But we'll just see how it goes. Let's roll along with it, right?
Absolutely.
The rough, rectangular Wirral Peninsula has ghosts in each corner and throughout the varied terrain of its land. On almost every major road and in every village and major conurbation, there are supernatural presences, apparitions, and unexplained occurrences. From the rolling hills of West Wirral to the sandy beaches of the East Coast, from its lush woodlands to the urban sprawl of the housing estates, there are paranormal mysteries to be found. And that's not just my opinion. Every day I receive letters and emails from readers about some unexplained incident of a paranormal nature. Here's just one of my many entities haunting the Wirral. On Thursday morning, May the 25th, 1967, a 41-year-old man named Gary Evans was driving down the Mount Road at Bebington on his way to an angling club in Williston when a bizarre-looking man stepped out into the path of Gary's Ford Corsair. Gary braked in time and glared at the strange-looking jaywalker. He had on a large straw boater, which, as you know, would be like is a straw hat with a flat top. And
yes, yeah.
It's that kind of hat. A calf-length coat emblazoned with garish stripes reminiscent of a deck chair. But most striking of all was the stranger's face. It looked as white as chalk, and there were red streaks and stripes running vertically through the man's forehead to his chin.
Oh.
He had a striped face. There were also red circles around the eyes of the eccentric-looking figure. Gary wound down his window and yelled, "Get out of the way, you barn pot! I almost ran you down there!" The man did not utter a word in reply, but lifted his hand, which was as white as his face, and he presented his palm to Gary, gesturing for him to stay away. Then he pointed to a lane on the right, and it was deserted lane, and Gary Evans had never noticed it before, and he could see it was running south, almost parallel to Mount Road, as far as the eye could see. Now, for some reason Gary could never explain, he decided to continue his journey via this hitherto unknown lane, and as he drove towards it, the man seemed to vanish. What happened next was bizarre and terrifying. Seconds after Gary drove away from the spot, 7 people were seriously injured when there was a pile-up at the junction of Mount Road and Brimstage Road involving a double-decker bus and 2 cars.
Wow.
Massive accident
So
occurred.
you would have run into that?
That's it. Had Gary continued on his intended route, it's highly likely he would have been injured or possibly killed in the pile-up.
Right, yeah.
When he arrived at the angling club at Williston, Gary mentioned the amazing shortcut he had taken from Mount Road to Bebbington, and a club member named Raymond, an RAC patrolman who professed to know every road and country lane in Wirral, said there was no such shortcut.
Oh, wow.
And furthermore, he claimed that if the route Gary described existed, it would have to go straight through Clatterbridge Hospital, several farms, and cross Raby Mere Road. It wasn't Scotch, miss. I travelled down it to get here, snapped Gary, and he insisted on Raymond getting into his car so he could drive him to the shortcut. Raymond eagerly got into the car, and along with the 2 other bemused members of the angling club, he and Paul Gary the Old drove around for 20 minutes before he was forced to admit the shortcut had apparently vanished.
Wow.
When Gary later heard of the pile-up at the spot where he had been diverted by the man in the deck chair striped coat, he felt he had been saved by some ghost. He often travelled down Mount Road over the years, but never saw the oddly dressed man or saviour again. Now, one sleety evening in January 1984, Kathy and Deborah, 2 sisters in their 20s from Birkenhead, were travelling down Mount Road, Higher Bebbington, on their way to a friend's cottage when they saw an odd-looking man at the roadside waving frantically at them. Kathy unwisely pulled over, and despite her sister Deborah telling her to drive on, and the 2 young ladies saw a young man in a straw hat and long white coat with red and blue stripes rush out from the grass verge. He stood in front of the Ford Escort and slapped his hands down on the bonnet, and then he made a wild waving motions with his hands, as if he was gesturing for the sisters to turn and go back. Kathy thought she heard the man yell, "Shoo! Shoo!" Thinking the stranger was unhinged, Kathy reversed a little and drove round the outlandishly dressed man. The sisters laughed at the incident, but the smiles were wiped off their faces less than a minute later, when the same man was seen running out into the path of the escorts. He must have a twin, remarked Deborah, but Kathy said, no, it's him again. How did he travel down the road so fast? In the glare of the Ford Escort's high-beam headlamps, the sisters saw that the eerie man had a face as white as snow, streaked with either blood or paint, and its eyes were dark and penetrating. Kathy was spooked by the man's ghastly face, and had the feeling she was looking at a ghost. So she turned the car round and proceeded to her friend's cottage via another route, which took in the Rest Hill Road. The sisters later heard that there was a horrific crash on Mount Road, literally seconds after they left, where a Vauxhall Viva hit a Datsun pickup and careered into another car, and the lady in the Vauxhall Viva was tragically killed. It would seem then that the man in the striped coat and straw hat is some ghost who seems to warn motorists whenever a crash is imminent. But who on earth is he? The earliest report of the ghost is on the morning of March 6, 1957, when a cyclist saw the distinctive figure at a junction of Mount Road and Clatterbridge Road. And that was shortly before a crash involving a bus and a motorbike. The latest reported encounter with the ghost took place as recently as Saturday, August the 6th, 2022, when a woman driving a Volkswagen Golf down Mount Road at 9 p.m. saw a figure of a man in a long striped coat run into the path of her car near the Travellers' Rest pub. The hat of the jaywalker came off as he flew down the road, but when the woman slowed down and gazed in the mirror, she saw the man had vanished. If you are in the area of Bebbington, keep your eyes peeled for the mysterious ghost in the striped coat.
Oh, I tell you what, they're spooky anyway when anybody's doing that sort of business. But a boat hat and a stripy thing, white faces, red lines, that's really scary, man. It's like something shining or somewhere.
Or striped coat, striped outfit, strange face, Indrid cold.
Oh!
That's what I thought immediately. So for
Wow.
those who aren't in the know, during the Mothman flap over in sort of like the Silver Lake? I think.
Yeah,
It's something like that, Silver City. It was during that entire flap of Mothman. During that time, there was a character called Indrid Cold was seen. Pale-faced, grinning figure with a striped clothing.
God, he did, didn't he? That is bizarre.
Yeah, and he
impending doom and danger.
That's what he was doing. He was running out into the road, was Indrid Cole, stopping vehicles. He was actually talking to them, but he was talking about potential dangers and things that could be going on. He was a strange character. I think this was the same character.
Oh, that's good. That's really good
Yeah.
link, yeah. Because the Mothman story's fucked up, but he makes it really bizarre or sickening in the belly field, doesn't
that's
it?
yeah. But that's the thing. But there's lots and lots of different encounters with somebody that could be Indrid Cold. It's a whole phenomenon. Is the character, the strange character in the striped outfit. Is a whole thing which we're going to look into at a later stage.
Oh, please.
You know what I mean? I even think, to be honest, that kind of character, whoever it is, still even to me has a little bit of a link to something like Spring-Heeled Jack.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grinning, strange characters. You know,
knowing the future and knowing the accidents are happening.
Yeah.
There's something weirdly monitoring it or
Yeah.
observing it.
So
spooky. Very good, Arkin. Well done, son. Well
so
done.
I think we pulled it out.
Yeah, big time. I hope they enjoy it, you know.
Well, it's a bumper episode as well.
Is
so
it? That's
if you
good.
need to, you can always split it in two and sort of
Yeah.
see how far it goes.
Exactly.
You know. But we're going to have to make tracks now.
Yeah,
I
just
think.
before I though, something really scary,
Oh,
Arkin.
go on.
I bought a laptop. I want to try doing some edits myself. Don't know when, don't know how, but they might be a little bit raw. And if you want them, it's better than silencing it. So we're going to see.
Benny's going to try his hand.
Yeah,
so
I'll start if I can fill gaps a bit if you're busy with some Benny-ish type of shenanigans.
Yeah, we'll see. We can't guarantee anything, but we're going to see what we can do to get more
but that
content.
is just a word of warning, really. So we shall see.
On that word of menace,
Yes.
it's going to be a big spooky bye-bye from Matt.
And it's a bigger bye-bye from Benny. And I mean it, guys. Take care out there.
There are 3 ways you may contact Kraken Cove. Either by email at krakencovepodcast@gmail.com, on Twitter @Kraken Cove, or Instagram @Kraken Cove Pod. Ha ha!